Hello and welcome to this week's reading. Today is Monday, the 26th of August. I don't always have the dates correct, but yes, welcome. I'm Siobhan Brady, spiritual mentor, and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is where you will be seeing this recorded. So what's in store for this week? So last week, we had a great week. Well, I feel I've had a great week. So there's a lots of ups and downs, but as I said last night as well, I went live on my Facebook page. The energy, yes, it is intense, but it's not in the way that I would describe it as I can't wait for it to be over. Lift it, please. I want to get through this. It's a different kind of intensity. It's good intensity versus not so good intensity. So, and I know we are coming in now to a new moon, another super new moon. So we are building, and we're being called. We're being called to action. Are the words that I'm hearing here. So, obviously, unless you've been hiding under a rock for the last few days, week, or maybe 2 weeks. Since the news has become more bigger about the rainforest in Brazil burning, we really need to educate ourselves as to what this means for the rest of the world. So it's not just some trees burning down due to heat and all of that. There's a lot more to it, and it has huge impact on the rest of the world. So it's like the call for action. So are we playing our part? Are we doing what we should be doing for the environment, whether it be separating our plastic, whether it be putting stuff where it should be, even on the small scale, because one person makes a difference. You mightn't think it does, but one action makes a difference, and it has a knock-on effect. So our planet, this is where we live. So it's like you wouldn't come into your home and live in a pile of mess. You'd want it cleared, you'd want it tidied, you'd want it fresh, you'd want it clean, you'd want it good energy, a good vibe. So why would you not care about what the rest of the planet and the rest of the world feels like or looks like? And you see what's happening at the moment, and this card was overturned in my deck for some reason, abundance. What's happening at the moment is so much, I suppose if you want to call it darkness, or so many conspiracies or things like that are being discovered, I guess, or uncovered, maybe might be the better way of putting it. And there's a lot of darkness surfacing, yes, but it's only because of the brightness that we are collectively creating that this darkness can come up, and that it can be eradicated, because we have enough brightness now in order to deal with it, and in order to get it out and get rid. And that this is the change, this is the action, this is everything that's happening. So yes, we may fall into the trap of going, oh my God, this is terrible. And so it is, but rather than focusing and going deep in there and saying, oh, the world is this is a terrible thing that's happening, and try and focus on when we let that go, and the good then that we're going to fill that with. And that's what we need to be thinking about. We need to be thinking about the bigger picture as well as the current one. So I'm not saying bury your head in the sand. I'm not saying ignore, because that is certainly not what God would be calling on us to do either. And I do a daily post that God gives me the words to write. And yesterday's post was very much about if I can remember it, because once the words come and go, they're gone. But I will just go into my page here on Facebook and see if I can find it and read it, because I feel that's what I'm being called to do here. So just for those of you who may not follow me on Facebook but are on my YouTube channel and may not follow the God posts, and of course this isn't for everyone, but it will resonate in some way. So let me just see here if I can find it. So, it has been written and spoken of that the new Messiah is coming, that it is time now for them to walk the earth and save it. Do not wait around hoping that you do not have your part to play in it. Yes, for you are part of it all. You are all part of the light that is needed to shine brightly so that the world can be restored to balance. I am already here walking among you, shining from you, speaking through you, and teaching you. Listen to my message as it is given on to you. So the messages are coming in thick and fast from all sides of us now. So even though it may come as darkness, don't mistake it for just being darkness. There are big messages there that we need to be looking at and we need to be taking action on. And as I say that, I feel the sadness. I do feel the sadness. And empaths all over the world are feeling the sadness. And we're feeling the breathlessness because of the situation in Brazil, because the rainforest there that's burning is known as the lungs of the world. So it's no big surprise to me then that I have been crippled with, well, I am asthmatic, but crippled with breathlessness, and in a different way though, I have to say, because I'm not sucking out of the inhaler as much as I would expect to be, considering the breathlessness. So it's and I even when I went to the doctor there a few weeks ago because of the terrible pain in my lung, and I said to him in the hospital, and I said to him, yeah, but I said, I'm breathless, but it's not asthmatic breathless. I said, if that makes sense. And he goes, well, no, it doesn't really, he says, make sense, but I'll go with what you're saying. So I knew myself it was different, but I had no clue about Brazil, and I don't think it had even started at that time, the fires. So we are being warned. So yes, so the sadness is there, guys, and that's okay. And if you are going through a particularly hard time, that's okay too. And just to know that there's always a change coming, there's always light coming, and there's always an action that you can take or make for yourself. And I know what it's like to be in that dark place. I know what it's like to be on heavily medicated and put into that place of like just so down that you can't even nearly brush your hair. I know what it's like to be there, but I also know what it's like to fight, and I know what it's like then to come back, and I know what it's like to get myself back on track. So it's just a matter of allowing the light to come in, even in your deepest, darkest moments, and know that there is something there that will help you find your light again. And before I came on here, I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to come in, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but it just happened. So as I shuffled, so we're lifting the sadness. And I went on my Facebook page, as I said last night, which is Siobhan Brady Spiritual Mentor, my business page on Facebook, and I did a heart expansion meditation, and I feel that that's something as well. I'm going to put it up here on my YouTube channel as well once I get this organized, and I think it would be a good thing for people to watch, because we are collectively expanding, but we are collectively releasing as well, you see. So there would be a lot being released at this time, and because the lungs and the heart there are all to do with the respiratory in that area, we hold a lot there. So if we're under any sort of pressure there, it is impacting out to the world as well. So everything is relative, so, and everything is energy. So I don't know, when I come on here and I start talking, it's like I just have to keep shuffling. So I don't really have much coming through me at the moment with regards to, apart from the super new moon. And I will say again, Elizabeth Peru is great for following on Facebook, and I'm sure she has a website there as well. And she gives so much great detailed messages as to what we can be expecting with planetary alignments and new moons and all of that kind of thing. And we are being called, and the 5D, like, wow, I love it. I love it. And I'm just so excited by the movement and my expansion on a personal level, and how that's impacting my life. And also as well, my God channel, and or God channeling through me. It's so exciting and it's so beautiful. And I will be live tonight on my Facebook page at about 8:30, I'm being told. So I'll try and honour that. Come forward. So let's see what we have for this week. And again, I'm feeling a bit serious since I started talking there about the Amazon and being down and sadness and stuff like that. So, but there must be a collective feeling of this coming in for this week. So that's okay, because we can't be upbeat all the time. We have to have the balance, and without the darkness, we can't recognize the light and all of those kind of things. And till we experience the dark night of the soul, or get into a place where we have to work ourselves out of, we then appreciate. We appreciate when we get to the top, or we get out over the edge, or whatever it may be. We find ourselves back in a place of saying thank you and all of that to God and the angels and music there. It's still not the reading. So, but music. I put up a post as well there during the week or Saturday night about music and how I'm a singer. I'm a trained soprano, and I sing and I chant and I do all of that. But the music and how the song or the music can move you as well in many ways and can help heal you. And I've often listened to a song and it would make me feel great and upbeat, and I could listen to it again and it stirs an emotion in me that just makes me release tears and weep. But it's still just all beautiful. So that's the power of music and song as well. So use that as well as a tool, I think, is why that overturned in my hand, and guardian angel is just overturned there now as well. So yes, so that's a message from your angel. So okay, we'll focus now on, because we've lifted that a little bit, but there's apprehension here, and I know there is, and there's a lot happening in our power centers, in our solar plexus there in the stomach. So we're being called to power. Yeah, and excuse me while I burp, because I'm releasing a bit of energy. 11:11 there is on my phone. So 11:11 a.m. here in Ireland, and I'm just looking out my window there. It was a little brighter earlier on, but it's got a bit darker. So for this week we have Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so there we go. So Monday, Tuesday, and then we go for Wednesday, Thursday, and they should shuffle again for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is unusual, I think. I don't know. It's funny the way sometimes the reading comes. Okay. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday. Harmony. So we see here in the orange around here, the sacral chakra. Now, as soon as I see the word harmony, I go, oh, but it's taken me back into that feeling that I was having there of this seriousness, or this collective kind of maybe sadness. It might be the wrong word, but just this feeling of the way sometimes I read something there yesterday as well. It's the transitional period, okay? So when we're moving from, say, from one place into the next place within our energy, or even physically, or whatever it is, or externally as well as internally, it can be a period of adjustment. Yeah. So what I feel they're telling me here, because it's just growing in my stomach here as I'm speaking, and my sacral chakra, which is your lower chakra there on the pelvic area, in the lower tummy. And this is like speaking about how we are being brought back into harmony. So it's not so much about, oh, everything is in harmony and everything is great. It's actually talking about how we are being brought back in. And when that's happening, we can often feel like we're in limbo, or we're out of sync, or the amount of people that would say to me, oh God, I don't know what's wrong with me. So it'll be that kind of a feeling. It's like, can't really put it down to anything, but I just feel like, and I have so much to be grateful for, but I just don't feel that motivated or stuff like that. So again, it's that kind of a feeling that I'm getting with this card. So honor yourselves. And I keep talking now about Mondays, right? And God and the angels, and they did say to me, like, Monday should be the day where you make plans for what nice thing you're going to do for yourself during the week, rather than going, oh God, Monday we're back to work, and oh no, So rather than, you see, this is, again, it's about changing your perspective and changing the energy and bringing in the difference. And again, this thing about taking action and putting a different action on stuff and all that kind of thing. So that's part of it there as well. But the harmony there is not, it's there's still a bit of work to be done. And that's okay, because I feel as long as we're living, we'll always be doing a little bit of work. And that's the way I'd like to be. I'd never like to get to a place where I feel that, well, I'm done now, because I would feel that I'd become very near my demise at that point. So as long as I'm here, I want to keep going, and I want to keep learning, and I want to keep bringing myself in more and more into harmony and learning about what that means for me. So again, excuse me, because there's a collective feeling here, even though I was brought to the sacral, I'm being brought back to the solar plexus now again and again. It's this release, and even the heart expansion meditation that I did last night. Of course, we were talking about the heart and all of that and focusing on that, but there's resistance everywhere, and we need to expand in all of our energies and in all of our energy points and everywhere in the body. But the heart is where we need to sit with it, you see. So that's why the heart should govern all. So the blue here as well is very much about your expression, and it's also, I'm being told, which I wouldn't maybe normally say, but it's coming through, it's also about your healing, right? So kind of wear blue this week if you want to bring in healing, especially around your throat area there, but there's more to it. So it's about getting to the sea or being around blue in a sense. So I'm not really sure why I'm getting that feeling around that and being told to say that, but I will honor it and I will say it. For me, the blue would be throat chakra, it would be expression, but it's also very much about Our Lady would come in blue, Archangel Michael would be blue, and also as well, there are, how would I describe them, a galactical energy called Arcturians that also come as blue. And I'm seeing Avatar, kind of, anybody has seen the movie Avatar, I'm seeing that kind of in my face there as well. So there's a collective energy there of higher realms or other realms that are trying to help us here as well come into balance and harmony, because we separate ourselves a lot when we should be seeing ourselves as the collective. So I guess that's why I was just, they just wanted me to talk about the colour blue. There's something else about blue there, but I'm just not quite getting it at the moment. So again, the sky, the sea, and being in between both. I have found as well that with spirit and God and how we want to be up here divinely guided and at that height, but we also must remember that we need to be grounded. So the harmony there as well between the two blues, between the sky and the sea or the earth, to find yourself on that middle ground and to bring yourself into balance. And we do know how. We're just remembering, because this new energy here is just like wow, and every day is a school day, and every day we're learning. And if you can be the student and the teacher all in the one day, then you're a very lucky, very blessed person. Oh, Wednesday, Thursday. And that's why, because I kind of faltered as I was picking the second card, because I usually shuffle as far as I know. It's funny how you do things all the time without thinking, but I kind of went, do I normally pick the second without shuffling? So, but obviously that's the way spirit were working through me. So Wednesday, Thursday, a time of healing, and again, they're using the word balance here with me now. So it's about the lift in the midweek, and there's now again, when we started here, and I kind of like the sadness, I'm hearing spirit say to me there will be a lot of crying. And that's okay. In ways as well, the world is crying. The world is crying out, and God has used those words as well. So it's like there will be a lot of crying, a lot of shedding of tears, and that's okay, because we can sit and watch a movie and cry, or we can be hurt by something and cry. We can cry for joy. We can cry for many different reasons. And when God comes with me or speaks through me, I cry, because the energy is just so amazing. So all of those things, and we can cry because we feel so blessed. So allow your healing to come in whatever way it needs to come for you, because again, we're all different, we're all individuals, and I feel a lot of people need to understand what they're healing in order to heal. So, and some of us don't, but a lot of us like to know what's going on. And so just call on your healing. And Archangel Raphael, of course, is the healing angel. And he will help. Now, here we go. He's talking here to me about people having to make dietary changes, because we are finding that our sensitivity now, we can't perhaps eat the same foods that we were eating. They're not sitting with us because they're not being produced in the natural ways that they would have been produced many, many years ago. So it's not that there's anything wrong with us. It's just that the production of them has changed. And so we don't want them. We don't want anything that isn't natural, per se, going into our body. So start taking a long, hard look at your diets, and if you feel your body is calling for a change, well, then call on Archangel Raphael, because he will help you with that. Anything like, even with regards to giving up a bad habit like caffeine or alcohol or cigarettes or anything like that, and nutritionally, and helping you then find maybe a gentle exercise program or something like that for yourselves, so that you can start building on your energy as well, because we are what we eat, we are what we drink, and we are with what we surround ourselves with and what we do on a daily basis. So all of that has a bearing on our energy and how we would be feeling from day to day. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then this one's for the weekend. And I really want to go at this, because I felt quite calm talking about the healing there and Raphael, but now I feel such I feel like oh my God, it's kind of like that intense that I was speaking about at the start, where I'm kind of going, oh my goodness, when will this be over? When can I pass through this change? So, excuse me. So again, the lungs, the heart, a lot happening here, a lot being expelled from the body in that way. Now we may purge. It's coming quite strong here for me, I have to say. So, but this here is to remind us, because I feel like I'm getting a bit kind of like, oh my God. People might be going, I don't know if I can do this. You know the way we sometimes get to that place, and we kind of can't figure out how we're going to sort things out or whatever. So it's just about the calmness. So the harmony you see coming in there, the healing. So just to remember that you are totally supported as well through it all. So this may not just impact fully at the weekend, it may start in the middle of the week, but to know, because sometimes when we're busy during the week, we don't get the time to sit in that place. And then by the weekend, then we say, well, I'm going to take an hour for myself, or at least try to. And that's sometimes when the full blast of it can come in, where we can go, oh my God. So know that you are fully supported, and know that you are fully supported in any decisions that you are thinking of making, okay? And they may come fully into light around the weekend time. I know that people are making big changes in their lives, like we've just talked about here, dietary, but we're not just talking about dietary. People are leaving jobs. People are taking calls to action. They really are, for themselves. And some of this is very scary. And we all know that when we take a call to action, or that we do something, we take that leap of faith, perhaps, that it's very scary. And it's about knowing that the universe, or your angels, or your guides, or God, or whatever way you want to talk about it, is there fully supporting you, because you wouldn't have got the idea, or you wouldn't have got the feeling to do it in the first place, only that it's going to be fully supported. So that's coming in quite strong there. So that's perhaps why I was kind of going, sometimes when we're about to do that, we do get so scared, and it can be adrenaline as well, but it's like the fear, the voice of fear, as I call it. So don't let it take away your dreams. Okay, so know that you are fully supported. And there are people in having to make conversations this weekend as well about perhaps relationships and where they're going and all of that kind of thing, whether it be work or whether it be personal or whether it be your love life or whatever it is. there's a lot, it feels like, happening, and a lot of people now are speaking the truths as well, which I feel we're being called to do too. So know that you are fully supported in that, and that whatever needs to happen, whatever change needs to happen, is for your greater good. So trust that as well. It's not always easy, I know that, but trust that you are supported, trust that you have, as I say, a team all around you, and all you have to do is call. So that's basically it for this week. We do fit a lot in, don't we? So we have harmony, right, for Monday, Tuesday, and then we have healing there for Wednesday, Thursday, and we have support for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's looking like it's going to be a very interesting week, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know about the rest of you. So and I'm delighted that I'm getting more disciplined with coming in here on a weekly basis, which is because it's very important for me and for you that I take the time out to do this. So thank you all once again for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and it's growing very beautifully. So thank you very much for that. And I will be on my Facebook page later on this evening about 8:30 to do messages, guided messages from God. So who knows what's going to come there. And I will see you then all next week. So God bless until I see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.